Well, a good Tuesday to you. The Seahawks will face San Francisco for the third time this season, Saturday in the NFC Divisional Playoffs. Coach Mike Macdonald was relegated to being a fan last weekend while the wild card round played out. He said it was an odd feeling to have to sit through each game.
I told the team today, it's weird watching full games all the way through, you find yourself rooting for teams and you're like, why am I rooting for this team? This is the dumbest thing ever. And then you're 5 seconds later rooting for the other team. So I'm glad it's over. I'm glad we're back to, regular scheduled programming here. So
Seattle opened the season against the Niners at home, losing 17-13. The Seahawks wrapped up the season in Santa Clara against San Francisco, winning that one 13-3. Macdonald was asked what he can take from the first two meetings into Saturday's rematch.
The games against the 49ers are really in all three phases. The things that determine games in our league, it's kind of magnified in these games. So you're talking about situational football, how you take care of the ball, how you finish in the red zone. Third down is a big time, 2 minute. It's a cliche answer, but really, when the teams that have kind of won those situations, I felt like has really had the nod in terms of the outcome of the game. So, but I told the team today, it's these are the things that we've been working on for all of our opponents. So really nothing changes in terms of our process and the things that we're trying to do.
Seattle and San Francisco will kick off at Lumen Field at 5 o'clock Saturday on Fox. Seattle had to wait until last night's games to find out what time they'd play Saturday. Final wildcard playoff game had Houston erasing Pittsburgh 30-3 and what could be Aaron Rodgers' final game in his career. Divisional round begins with an AFC battle in Denver Saturday when the Broncos host Buffalo. That'll be at 1:30 on CBS. Sunday also begins with an AFC clash between the Texans and Patriots in Houston at noon on ABC and ESPN. That's followed by the Rams in Chicago against the Bears on NBC at 3:30. Well, the Kraken got off to another slow start last night in New York against the Rangers, but rallied for a 4-2 victory. Trailing 2-0 in the second, Eeli Tolvanen broke open the floodgates to help Seattle win Game 2 of a 5-game road trip.
To neutral ice from the red line. Melanson couldn't pick it up. Rangers back the other way. Panarin leads the Vanderjag for a shot high. Over the glove of Grubauer. He threw it back to the net. And Grubauer inadvertently kicks it in. And the Rangers take a 1-0 lead. Far wing side. It's dropped right back off. Turning and firing. That was knocked down by Grubauer. And the Kraken swing this out to center. 2-on-1. Beniers. Right circle. Beniers delays. Shoots. That'll slide wide of the goal.
Matty looking for Kakko. But as Will Borgen on the defense did a great job of taking away the passing opportunity. Matty heads up play.
Now here's Eeli Tolvanen in a drive. And what a save by Jonathan Quick. Poked ahead for Taylor Radish. Adam Larson swings it around the yellow. Now McCann dropped it back behind him for Dunn. It was picked off. He missed the pass. Carrick fires. Carrick scores. Over to Schneider as the Rangers fresh off a change. Kraken following suit. Here's Perreault. He's stripped. Freddie Gaudreau looks in. Eeli Tolvanen. What a move. He scores. Banks it off the boards. Vince Dunn shot. Right kick save by Jonathan Quick. Behind the goal for Kakko. Kakko to the high slot. Eberle delays. Shoots. Scores. Oh, captain, my captain. Bar down. Kraken tie the game 2-2. And the last shift and a half for these two teams. Shane Wright dropping back to McCann, pitching it into the middle. Shot right on toward the goal. That one knocked. They score. Berkeley Catton goals in back-to-back games. Ryan Lindgren sets him up, and the Seattle Kraken take a 3-2 lead. 7:54 to play in the third. 18 seconds left here in the third. Kraken offer one last change. Gavrikov to center. McCann picks his pocket toward the empty net. He scores! Hopping back into his own end. Final 5 on the clock. The Kraken saw a 10-game point streak snapped in Carolina. Looking to start one here tonight.
Coach Lane Lambert was joined by players Jordan Eberle and Berkeley Catton afterwards in extolling the virtues of sticking to the game plan.
We just had a slow start to the game. We made a couple of mistakes, but at the same time, it was an interesting first period because we had a breakaway, we had a couple 2-on-1s. It was like sort of trading chances a little bit. I thought we locked it down a lot better defensively in the last 40 minutes. I think we gave them 10 shots on goal.
Yeah, no, we obviously started a little slow down, put ourselves in hold, but we started playing, started fighting back. Obviously, like our second or like our third, like the way we finish it off, so we got to keep going.
It's crazy how it works. Some of the other games I thought I was, even better than the games I've been scoring. It's just, sometimes that's the way hockey works, and when they're going in, they're going in. But, ultimately just trying to get the good spots and get the puck off.
Seattle continues the road trip tomorrow in New Jersey at 4 o'clock. That'll be on Prime Network and Kong TV. The Wenatchee Wild are hoping a week of preparations will help shake off the melancholy of a so-so weekend in the WHL play. After a 4-2 loss to Moose Jaw on Friday, Wenatchee traveled to Vancouver Saturday, fell 2-1 to the Giants. The Wild did return home Sunday and salvage the weekend with a 3-2 shootout victory over Vancouver. Now, Wenatchee will host 2 of 3 games at the Town Toyota Center coming up this weekend. Following Portland's visit on Friday, Wenatchee travels to Kamloops Saturday before coming back home on Sunday to host Seattle at 4 o'clock. Austin Drowdy was on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley earlier today. He was talking about last week, the weekend, and what's coming up. You can find that on our website if you go to full episodes on the NCWLIFE website and then click Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. The Wenatchee ski cross racer has begun the 2026 season with 2 medals after skiing in Alberta last week. Jack Mitchell captured gold and bronze at the NORAM Cup race January 7th and 8th in Nakiska, Alberta. A full complement of Canada's projected Olympians competed against Mitchell. The Mission Ridge skier is now in Switzerland for 2 World Cups, 2 Europa Cups, and the Swiss National Championship. That's all in the next 10 days. Congratulations, Jack. Prep girls bowling season continued with wind down. It's continuing the wind down. There's not much left of the season. Wenatchee hosting Eisenhower earlier today at Eastmont Lanes, while Eastmont was on the road at Nob Hill Lanes in Yakima to face West Valley. Moses Lake's match with Davis also that got underway at 3 o'clock. Then Minda Lanes, the location. We'll get you the results coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Prep girls basketball schedule crowded with 12 games across the region today. Quincy plays at Grandview while Ephrata visits Prosser and Lake Roosevelt hosts Cascade. Cashmere tips at Zilla at 5:45 while Omak hosts Chelan at 6 o'clock. The 6 o'clock games, that is, has Wenatchee hosting Othello. Bridgeport visits Liberty Bell. Manson hosts Brewster. Wilson Creek plays at Soap Lake. And Oroville visits Entiat. Pateros plays at Moses Lake Christian tonight at 7 o'clock. Boys' schedule is just about the same with later start times. Quincy's at Grandview at 7 while Prosser hosts Ephrata. Cashmere plays at Zilla at 7:15 while Chelan visits Omak. Wenatchee plays host to Othello at 7:30 tonight while Cascades at Lake Roosevelt. Okanagan hosts Tonasket. Bridgeport is at Liberty Bell. Brewster travels to Manson. Soap Lake hosts Wilson Creek and Oroville visits Entiat. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.